Man, Kormani McClain has officially entered the transfer portal, and today on Tater Too Real, I'm going to keep it too real on why I believe NIL is going to ruin some careers. Stay tuned. When you're looking at the Kormani McClain story, it's easy to sit there and say Deion Sanders was right the whole time. And what I mean by that is this. If you have been following Colorado football, or even just Deion Sanders interviews and stuff like that, you will know that Deion Sanders was asked about Kormani McClain repeatedly, because at the beginning of the season, he wasn't playing at all. So Deion Sanders was asked about this even on Undisputed with Skip Bayless, to why he wasn't playing Kormani McClain at first. And Deion Sanders said this: he was simply not preparing himself well enough to be playing. And what he meant by that is this: he was coming to meetings late, he wasn't giving his 100% effort in practice, and they also have this system to where the players have to log in to watch film. So they track all the film time that you're putting in throughout the week. Kormani McClain wasn't even doing that. So all of that is simply telling me Kormani McClain did not want to be there. Why else would a of-age adult that knows right from wrong, and yes, I get he's 18, but he's technically an adult, so he knows right from wrong, and he simply did not go to meetings on time, he simply did not put the time in the film room, he did not go 100% at practices, and he knows that Deion Sanders is not going to put you on the field unless he knows that you're preparing yourself the right way. So he knew all of that, ignored it, and didn't do it. So all of that is telling me he simply did not want to be there. Now let's look at the facts. Before going to the University of Colorado, Kormani McClain was committed to the University of Miami, and it shocked a lot of people because a lot of people thought he was going to the University of Florida because he was really tight with defensive back coach at that time, Corey Raymond, but he committed to the University of Miami. Now, there's also some alleged rumors going around that Colorado offered him more NIL money. That's the reason why he went to Colorado. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm going to lean towards it's true, because why else would a kid from the state of Florida committed to the University of Miami, to where we all know how much money the University of Miami have as far as NIL? They have a billionaire booster. So money is no issue. Kormani McClain was going to be well taken care of at the University of Miami. So for him to turn that down and go to Colorado had to be NIL. Tater Too Real, it's because of Coach Prime. Guys, Nick Saban, the greatest college football coach of all time, just told you guys that these kids can care less about the head coach. They only care about NIL. So the reason why I'm telling you guys that NIL is going to ruin some careers is because we just saw the situation with Kormani McClain. In my heart of heart opinions, he never wanted to be at Colorado. This was all a NIL play. And we just saw the same thing at Texas A&M a couple years back. They had the #1 recruiting class in the history of college football and went 5-7 that year. And they lost over 15 of those players in that recruiting class. So you're going to see a lot of these kids making NIL-based decisions and not, do I fit in the program? Do I like the coaches? Do I like the academic standard? They're going to base their decision based off NIL, and they're going to transfer 2 times, 3 times in a college career and end up being drafted in the later rounds or not drafted at all. So you're going to see this trend continue to grow more and more over the years. But the good thing about all of this is that a lot of these kids are going to graduate or enter the NFL draft having done made a couple $1 million in college. So that's the good thing about this, is that even if they don't have long NFL careers, they're going to leave college with enough money to get a house, to pay off a car or two, and set themselves up for life. So that's the good thing about all of this. But NIL is definitely going to take away some careers. And I want all high school kids to sit back and really observe what's going on. Is an extra $50,000, $100,000 really worth it when you can stay somewhere and go somewhere to where you're going to get developed right? You're a better fit. You like the school, you like the coaches. But that's a question these kids and their families are going to have to answer, because a lot of these kids are coming from, I don't want to say poor situations, but they don't have enough. Their families don't have enough, right? So it's hard for a kid to turn down an extra $100,000 or extra $75,000 to where that money can go a long way for their families, for their siblings, and everything else. So in my honest opinion, I think Kormani McClain is going to end up back in Florida somewhere or at the University of Syracuse. You guys let me know what you think. This is your boy Tater Too Real, where we always keep it too real. Holla.